Most people in Canada don't decide to eat at McDonald's Canada. They drift into it. You're tired. You're busy. You see the golden arches glowing in the distance like a familiar lighthouse. 5 minutes later, you're holding a bag of food you didn't plan to buy. That's the scary part. McDonald's isn't just selling meals, it's the convenience of sale wrapped in habit. Many Canadians eat there several times a month without ever stopping to ask a simple question: what am I actually eating? We trust it because it's familiar, because we grew up with it, because it's everywhere. But familiarity isn't the same as safety. And when you slow down and really look at what goes into that tray, the ingredients, the processing, the marketing, the picture becomes a lot less comforting. Here's something unsettling. Real food rots. Leave a homemade burger on the counter, and within days it will smell, mold, and fall apart. That's nature doing its job. But McDonald's burgers and fries? People have left them untouched for weeks, even months, and they look almost the same. No mold, no smell, no visible decay. That isn't because the food is high quality. It's because it's been engineered to last. Bacteria, mold, and insects usually love meat and potatoes, but when they won't touch something, it's worth asking why. Preservation on this level doesn't come from freshness. It comes from heavy processing, dehydration, and chemical stabilization. Food that lasts forever might sound impressive, but your body isn't built to run on products designed to outlive you. A regular homemade burger needs very little: beef, salt, pepper, maybe a bun. That's it. Now compare that to a McDonald's burger. The ingredient list isn't a recipe. It's a document. Dozens of items you wouldn't recognize, pronounce, or ever keep in your kitchen. Emulsifiers, stabilizers, conditioners, preservatives. Each one added to control texture, color, shelf life, and flavor consistency. This isn't about taste anymore. It's about engineering. The goal isn't to nourish you. It's to make the product identical in every province, every city, every day of the year. That level of control doesn't come naturally. When food starts reading like a chemistry assignment, it's a sign you're no longer eating something made for humans. You're eating something made for systems. McDonald's loves to tell you that you have options: salads, yogurt, apple slices. It all looks healthy, especially when you're trying to make a better decision. But here's the trap. Many of these healthier items contain just as many, sometimes more, calories, sugar, and sodium than the burgers. A salad loaded with dressing, crispy chicken, and additives can quietly outperform a Big Mac in calories. Yogurt parfaits sound wholesome until you realize they're packed with sugar. These items aren't there to make you healthy. They're there to remove guilt. When one person in a group wants to eat clean, McDonald's can say, "Don't worry, we have salads." The presence of healthy-looking food keeps the entire group eating there. Your taste buds are easy to train. Salt and sugar light up the brain like a reward system, and McDonald's understands this better than almost anyone. A single meal can deliver more than half of your recommended daily sodium intake. That much salt doesn't just make food taste better. It encourages overeating, thirst, and repeated cravings. Sugar sneaks in where you don't expect it. Sauces, buns, chicken, even breakfast items. Over time, your sense of normal changes. Food without intense seasoning starts tasting bland. That's not an accident, it's conditioning. When meals are designed to hit pleasure centers instead of hunger signals, you stop listening to your body. You keep eating because it feels good, not because you need fuel. And that's when long-term health problems quietly begin. McNuggets are marketed as simple, fun, and familiar. But the chicken itself is only part of what you're eating. The rest is a carefully designed mix of fillers, starches, flavor enhancers, and stabilizers. The meat is ground into a paste, restructured, shaped, and fried until the texture feels right. That's why nuggets taste identical every time. They aren't relying on the natural flavor of chicken. They're relying on a formula. This level of processing separates the food from its source. You're no longer eating a piece of chicken, you're eating a manufactured product that contains chicken. The more food moves away from its natural form, the harder it is for your body to process efficiently. Convenience comes at a cost, and that cost is nutritional quality. Have you noticed how perfect McDonald's eggs look? Same size, same shape, same color. Real eggs aren't like that. In nature, no two are identical. McDonald's breakfast eggs are pre-cooked, processed, frozen, and shipped before being reheated in-store. Scrambled eggs arrive as liquid in large cartons. Round eggs are molded to fit sandwiches perfectly. This isn't about freshness, it's about efficiency. and uniformity. When food is processed this far, texture and appearance matter more than nutrition. The marketing tells you freshly cracked, but the reality is industrial preparation on a massive scale. It's breakfast built for speed, not health. And when perfection replaces natural variation, you should always question what had to be removed or added to make that happen. Section 8. Designed to make you spend more. Approximately 145 words. Nothing inside a McDonald's is accidental. The colors red and yellow are proven to stimulate appetite. Menu boards are arranged to push high-profit items directly into your line of sight. Smells are vented strategically so they hit your senses before logic kicks in. Combo meals feel like savings but often cost more than ordering separately. Even wording matters. Would you like to make that a large? Feels harmless, but it nudges behavior. This isn't food service, it's behavioral design. McDonald's doesn't rely on hunger alone, it relies on psychology. When 70% of customers spend more than planned, that's not a coincidence. That's a system working exactly as intended. The food is only half the product. The other half is how effortlessly they guide your decisions without you noticing. People who quit McDonald's don't just change what they eat, they change how they feel. Within weeks, many notice reduced bloating, clearer skin, lower blood pressure, and fewer cravings. Not because they started a strict diet, but because they removed excessive sodium, sugar, and processed fats. Weight often drops naturally, energy stabilizes. Even spending habits improve. Those cheap meals add up fast over a month. The most surprising change is mental. You stop craving it automatically. The drive-through urge fades. Food becomes a choice again, not a reflex. That's when you realize how deeply habit had taken over. McDonald's isn't impossible to quit. It just trains you not to try. This isn't about never eating McDonald's again. It's about eating with awareness. When food is engineered to last forever, taste identically everywhere, override hunger signals, and guide your spending decisions, you deserve to know that. Convenience shouldn't come at the cost of health, clarity, or control. McDonald's succeeds because it understands human behavior better than we understand ourselves. But once you see the system, it loses power. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be informed. The real danger isn't the occasional meal, it's mindless repetition. So before your car turns into the drive-thru on autopilot again, ask what you're trading for those 5 minutes of convenience, because once you understand what's really on the menu, you can't unsee it.